Hello friends, today we learn about white blood cells or white blood corpuscles. We can say WBC, in short WBC. White blood cells are different from red cells in the fact that they are usually larger in size, that is 10 to 14 micrometers in diameter. White blood cells do not contain hemoglobin, which in turn makes them translucent. Many times in diagrams or pictures, white blood cells are represented in a blue color, mainly because blue is the color of stain used to see the cells. White blood cells also have nuclei that are somewhat segmented and are surrounded by electrons inside the membrane. Now come to its function. White blood cells, otherwise also called leukocytes, are also known as WBC. White blood cells are made in the bone marrow, but they also divide in the blood and lymphatic systems. They are commonly amoeboid cells that move or feed by means of temporary projections called pseudopods, that is false feet, and escape the circulatory system through the capillary beds. The different types of WBC are basophils, eosinophils, neutrophils, monocytes, and B and T cell lymphocytes. Neutrophils, eosinophils, and basophils are all granular leukocytes. Lymphocytes and monocytes are agranular leukocytes. These special cells help our bodies defend themselves against pathogens. Not only do they help our immune system, but they remove toxins, waste, and abnormal or damaged cells. WBC main function is being phagocytic, which means to engulf or swallow cells. Now come to platelets. Platelets, also called thrombocytes, are membrane bound cell fragments. Platelets have no nucleus, are between 1 to 2 micrometers in diameter, and are about 1/20th as abundant as white blood cells. Less than 1% of whole blood cells of platelets. They result from fragmentation of large cells called megakaryocytes, which are cells derived from stem cells in the bone marrow. Platelets are produced at a rate of 200 billion per day. Their production is regularly by the hormone called thrombopoietin. The circulating life of a platelet is 8 to 10 days. The sticky surface of the platelets allows them to accumulate at the site of broken blood vessels to form a clot. This aids in the process of hemostasis. Platelets secrete factors that increase local platelet aggregation, enhance vasoconstriction, example serotonin, and promote blood coagulation, example thromboplastin. Let's know about hemostasis. Hemostasis is the natural process of stopping blood flow or loss of blood following an injury. It has 3 stages: vascular spasm, vasoconstriction, or intense contraction of blood vessels, formation of a platelet plug, blood clotting or coagulation. Once the flow of blood has been stopped, tissue repair can begin. Now come to vascular spasm or vasoconstriction. In a normal individual, immediately after a blood vessel has been cut and endothelial cells are damaged, vasoconstriction occurs, thus slowing blood flow to the area. Smooth muscle in the vessel wall goes through spasm or intense contractions that constrict the vessel. If the vessels are small, spasm compress the inner wall together and may be able to stop the bleeding completely. If the vessels are medium to large sized, the spasm slow down immediately outflow of blood, lessening the damage but still preparing the vessel for the latter steps of hemostasis. These vascular spasms usually last for about 30 minutes, long enough for the next two stages of hemostasis to take place. Formation of a platelet plug. Within 20 of an injury, coagulation is initiated. Contrary to popular belief, clotting of a cut on the skin is not initiated by the air or drying out, but by platelets adhering to and activated by collagen in the blood vessels endothelium. The activated platelets then release the contents of their granules, which contain a variety of substances that stimulate further platelet activation and enhance the hemostatic process. When the lining of a blood vessel breaks and endothelial cells are damaged, revealing collagen proteins in the vessel wall, platelets swell, grow spikely extensions and start clumping together. They start to stick to each other and walls of the vessel. This continues as more platelets congregate and undergo these same transformations. This process results in platelet plug that seals the injured area. If the injury is small, the platelet plug may be able to form and close it within several seconds. If the damage is more serious, the next step of blood clotting will take place. Platelets contain secretory granules. When they stick to the proteins in the vessel walls, they degranulate, thus releasing their products, which include ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate, serotonin and thromboxane, that is A2. A blood clot forms if the platelet plug is not enough to stop the bleeding. The third stage of hemostasis begins. The formation of a blood clot. First, blood changes from a liquid to a gel. At least 12 substances called clotting factors take part in a series of chemical reactions that eventually create a mass of protein fibers within the blood. Each of the clotting factors has a very specific function. Three of the substances discussed here, prothrombin, thrombin and fibrinogen. Let's know about prothrombin. When blood vessels are damaged, vessels and nearby platelets are stimulated to release a substance called prothrombin activator, which in turn activates the conversion of prothrombin, a plasma protein, into an enzyme called thrombin. This reaction requires calcium ions. Now come to thrombin. Thrombin facilitates the conversion of a soluble plasma protein called fibrinogen into long insoluble fibers or threads of protein fibrin. Now come to fibrin. Fibrin threads wind around the platelet plugs at the damaged area of the blood vessel, forming an interlocking network of fibers and a framework for the clot. This net of fibers traps and helps hold platelets, blood cells and other molecules tied to the site of injury, functioning as the initial clot. This temporary fibrin clot can form in less than a minute and usually does a good job for reducing the blood flow. Next, platelets in the clot begin to shrink, tightening the clot and drawing together the vessel walls walls. Usually this whole process of clot formation and tightening takes less than a half hour. The use of absorbent chemicals such as zeolites and other hemostatic agents are also being explored for use in sealing severe injuries quickly. It is essential that platelets become activated only at the site of a broken vessel. Otherwise, activated platelets would form plugs and induce clots in inappropriate places. Healthy vessels secrete an enzyme called prostacyclin that functions to inhibit platelet activation and aggregation. Now come to let's know aspirin. Aspirin inhibits platelets activation by inhibiting the action of thromboxane. By inhibiting platelet activation, aspirin limits blood clotting in general. Aspirin is used clinically as a blood thinner in individuals that are at high risk for developing life-threatening clots. Patients with advanced atherosclerosis take one baby aspirin per day to reduce the probability of heart attack and stroke. Thrombocytopenia. Thrombocytopenia, small tears of the capillaries and arterioles are happening all the time. Platelets are responsible for quickly sealing these tears before the slower process of clotting completes the job. In the absence of adequate numbers of platelets, these microtears allow blood to seep into the tissues. This is thank you.